You may have heard of Elon Musk's Neuralink. Neuralink is developing a technology that can implant a brain chip in humans and control a computer with the implanted chip by just thinking. It has made its first attempt and even started its second attempt. Neuralink was founded in 2016. I'm going to talk about a competitor of Neuralink, a company in which both Jeff Bezos and Bill Gates have invested, Synchron. It was founded in 2012 by entrepreneur Tom Oxley. Tom Oxley is a doctor and founded the company out of necessity. It specifically targets people with significant paralysis, stroke, or spinal cord injuries. He helps these patients to move the screens of computers with their thoughts. As of 2019, more than 10 people have been implanted with their chips. Synchron's chips differ from Neuralink in that they are less invasive. So when we say invasive, we can say wound opening. Instead of opening the brain and performing a major surgery, Synchron places a sensor in your blood. It has received approval from the US Food and Drug Administration. In fact, it's way ahead of other commercial brain chip companies. As I mentioned, it has already implanted more than 10 people. The Synchron device does not require open brain surgery. Therefore, it has a much easier path to commercialization. Doctors feed the device into the brain through the patient's carotid artery. The chip is always inside the blood vessels. It requires a faster and less damaging surgery than implanting a chip in the brain. So when you look at whether he can compete with Musk, if the technology is good, he can definitely compete. This chip technology is so new, you might be thinking that maybe it won't see as fast as robots, but such brain devices are expected to be available in 2030. Morgan Stanley has written about this, and in a study last month, they say that companies will start selling these implants by 2036 and could generate more than $500 million in revenue every year in the US. Last week, I want to talk about artificial intelligence merging with smell and digitizing smell. A research called MetaFair is developing this robot technology and using advanced machine intelligence. Their goal is to develop robots that can perceive and do touch like a human. In other words, digitizing the sense of touch and integrating it into robots. They are doing this in VR headsets. You know, we are in the world of virtual reality, and while traveling in other worlds in the virtual reality world, there is no smell, no taste, no touch. Now they want to add touch to virtual reality with this digitalization. They are also working for this. FAIR takes its name from the Fundamental Artificial Intelligence Research Team, Fundamental AI Research. They are currently working on standardized hardware and software to integrate robots' fingertip and skin touch sensors into a single robot hand. They will even bring it to market soon. Last week we talked about robots. Today we are going to look at a robot. Before we look at that robot, I will invite you to think about this. Robots are coming as another species. Last week, Elon Musk participated online at a future conference in Saudi Arabia and said that by 2040 there will be more robots than people. By 2050, there are expected to be 10 billion people in the world. So think like 2040, there will be more than 8 to 10 billion robots, especially humanoid robots. This means that a new species will dominate, new species will live right next to us, and these will be owned by certain technology companies. It is as if that technology company will have a population, a world like a state. Imagine billions of humanoids under one flag, one company. Imagine Tesla has billions of Optimus. Now these companies will have their own states because those robots will also have certain rules, certain lines, borders that they follow. So this makes me wonder a little bit, especially these companies that have humanoid or similar robots, robots that can reason, robots that can exist in the physical world. Will these companies be more powerful than countries? Or will they be as powerful as countries? And will they be given the same rights? What will happen? Which one will be superior? How will it be positioned? This will not take a very long period of time. What do you think about these new future species, new societies that will be formed? And the companies or corporations, let's call them countries. What do you think about them? Last week we talked about robots. Today we are going to look at a robot. Before we look at that robot, I will invite you to think about this. Robots are coming as another species. Last week, Elon Musk participated online at a future conference in Saudi Arabia and said that by 2040 there will be more robots than people. By 2050, there are expected to be 10 billion people in the world. So think like 2040, there will be more than 8 to 10 billion robots, especially humanoid robots. This means that a new species will dominate, new species will live right next to us, and these will be owned by certain technology companies. It is as if that technology company will have a population, a world like a state. Imagine billions of humanoids under one flag, one company. Imagine Tesla has billions of Optimus. Now these companies will have their own states because those robots will also have certain rules, certain lines, borders that they follow. OpenAI invested in the American company Figure, but it also invested in this Scandinavian company 1X. 1X is also a robotics company. It works on robots. And now we see his presence in physical intelligence. What do you think of these first results? Of course, when we look at it, it shows that it is in its infancy, but 1 is greater than 0 in every way. And according to this physical intelligence, aka physical intelligence, they say it's a promising picture. I certainly see it that way. Neuralink, Elon Musk's company, had said that it would make eye implants especially for the visually impaired, but before that, another company was giving hope to the visually impaired with an eye implant. We will talk about Neuralink's competitor again. It's called Science Corporation. One of the reasons why it is important is that this biotech company was founded by the co-founder of Neuralink. They are working on a brain-computer interface technology to help patients with severe vision loss. They made an announcement last week and they said that in preclinical trials, the company has put retinal implants in legally blind patients who have lost their central vision, and they say that thanks to these implants, the patients have started to see. Patients have even been able to read books and recognize faces. CEO Max Hodak, who was the president of Neuralink before founding Science Corp, gave a speech. Here is what he says. As far as I know, this is the first time that the restoration of reading fluency in visually impaired patients has been realized with certainty. He calls his technology Prima and says that Prima cannot offer color images, but it has restored form vision, which allows patients to distinguish shapes, and in this sense, they say that it provides an advantage over its competitors. Prima has implanted 38 patients so far, and they say that 3 of them have not fully recovered their vision. They say it has gone better in others. Other patients have had better feedback. This is a California-based company, and how does it work? They surgically implant this chip under the retina, and after implanting it under the retina, there is a processor and a pair of glasses. It works with a pair of glasses. There is a camera in these glasses, and it reflects what it sees. Whatever it sees, it comes to that processor under the retina, and then it can show people what they see by reflecting it. Especially in patients who have lost their central visual field, the implant can restore form vision, but not colors. But they can read and recognize faces. Preliminary results are now available. According to these preliminary results, they were measured 6 months and 12 months after the implant, and 12 months after the implant, they saw a much better improvement compared to the baseline, an improvement of 23 letters. In the patient with the best response, they saw a maximum improvement of 59 letters, and the trials will continue. We can say that this is a really groundbreaking discovery, especially for people with vision loss. Of course, we will see what Neuralink will probably do about vision in the near future. The Oasis AI model has been the talk of the town this week, especially if you like to play games. Right now, an artificial intelligence game tool has been written that rewrites Minecraft with artificial intelligence and completely generates instantaneously as you play, so you go to a different area every time, enter different areas, and continue from different areas. This company is an Israeli company. Artificial Intelligence Laboratories have released this artificial intelligence model called Descartes. This artificial intelligence model continues to create its styles in real time while we play Minecraft. As we play, when we give instructions, for example, there is an AI-powered game developer behind it that does all the work. It's not like a game is written, but a game developer is working behind it in real time. And in that sense, we see how different Oasis will actually be from the flood of AI video production models that are coming. From now on, maybe we will want to play games with more surprises, and it works 100 times faster than AI video production models. In this sense, it is probably more enjoyable to play. At the moment, it is not very advanced in pixels, but they say that they will soon produce games in 4K resolution with new GPUs. Well, that's the end of our episode for today. Take care until the next episode. Goodbye.